Hi, now it's official that Kamala Harris is the presidential candidate from the Democratic Party, and yesterday only it became official that she has scored enough votes or she has secured enough votes. Now I'll say that it's high time that the old man Joe Biden should pass the presidential baton to Kamala Harris, and it is, if he passes it, it is good for Kamala Harris, it is good for United States, it's good for Democrats, and also good for the global affairs, because we are living in the times when things have become really very uncertain, and the dark clouds of war are everywhere. You look at the crisis of Ukraine, there are clouds of war in Europe. There are reports that Russia has actually amassed almost 200,000 troops to attack Ukraine more severely, and already on every front almost Ukraine is losing badly. Then you have crisis in Middle East. Anytime there can be a big war, and we don't know how that war will go on if a full-fledged war breaks out, because we have seen in the case of First World War when the Archduke was killed in Sarajevo by a Serbian. Actually, it should have been a war between Austria and Serbia, but all other players, Russia came into being, France, Germany, then United States, Turkey, all came into being, and it was the first big war the world has seen, the First World War. And a couple of days back, there was a tweet by Dmitry Medvedev, who is the former president of Russia, and also right now he is the deputy chair of Security Council of Russian Federation. And this Security Council is very important body, because the Western media does not talk about it. So people do not know about it. And he says in the tweet, I am reading the exact words: the knot is tightening in the Middle East. Sorry for the innocent lives lost. They are but hostage of a disgusting state, the United States of America. Meanwhile, it is clear to everyone that a full scale war is the only way to a shaky peace in the region. Now, a person like Medvedev is talking about full-scale war. Then there were news yesterday that a airline company of Russia, which is known for transporting war material, war equipment, has flown from Moscow and landed in Tehran. So you can see that where the global affairs are going on, and US has already sent 13 of its warships in the Middle East. So the condition is very bad. The clouds of war are very dark and darkening by the day, and in that case you can't afford a person in the Oval Office of United States who yesterday actually climbed up the chairs of the aeroplane that just arrived, and he was not knowing, I think, that he was not flying on that. And Kamala Harris was watching. This was the event when that people who were swabbed by with as prisoners, those prisoners who were swabbed from Russia arrived in United States, and he went to receive them. He was climbing on a plane in which he was not to travel. So how can you afford a person in the White House who cannot control himself, who cannot run by himself, who cannot run his usual affairs, and he want to run the global community? So I think that it's the high time that Mr. Biden should pass the presidential post to Kamala Harris, and this will be good for Kamala as well, because since past 3.5 years I was not having any optimism in this lady, because we were seeing that she doesn't do anything, she doesn't have any caliber. But since she became the presidential candidate, even unofficially, now we can see some kind of a spark in her. So I think that actually it was Biden and people around him who were not allowing her to function. And now what will happen? Everything which she may promise anything, but she will be judged by her vice presidential tenure and whatever Joe Biden is doing. So I think Joe Biden should pass the presidential baton so that she can also actually fight the presidential election on her own, and it is good for global community. Thank you.